Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today, guys, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to set up Optifine to get the most frame rate out of it. Now, before we actually begin this, you're gonna want to go and download Optifine, the newest version. Right now it got updated again. I have C3, but C4 is not out for 1.12, so go ahead and download that if you don't have it already. If you don't know how to install Optifine onto Minecraft, go ahead and check out one of my last videos. It should be linked down in the description in a playlist for you guys to go check out. It's just a modders playlist. It's gonna have how to install Optifine, mod loaders, and all that cool stuff. Now, after you've had it installed, you have it here ready to go, you're actually gonna do one step before we begin. You're gonna go into your launch options, click on the actual profile that you want to play on, and then go down here and copy paste. Well, it should have actually a 1 right here. It should be something like this. Go ahead, click on this so it lets you edit it, delete the 1 and press 5, or depending on how much gigabytes of RAM you actually have. I have 8, so I put 5. That's the majority. If you have 4, try and put 2. If you have 6, put 3. More or less, just try and find a number that works for you, but this is how much RAM is actually going to get dedicated to Minecraft. Alrighty, so now that we are on Minecraft, let's go ahead into the options. Make sure that the actual Optifine is now installed and it's working, and we're going to go into video settings, and this is where we're going to start editing the stuff that we need to edit to get the most frame rate out of Minecraft. Now, Optifine really works well for crappy PCs, PCs that really just can't run Minecraft and struggle to run it. Usually PCs that are running, you know, from 15 to 30 FPS, those are the computers that really need Optifine. My computer, honestly, I'm not gonna say it's the best, but it's not the worst, and it could run it without Optifine just fine. I can run shaders without Optifine. Well, you can't really run shaders without Optifine, but regardless of fact, besides the point, my computer can run Minecraft for just fine. But for this point in the video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what you need to have. Now, once you're in your video settings, go ahead and we're gonna go ahead here to graphics, put it on fast. Smooth lighting, you're going to turn it off. Smooth lighting level, obviously off. The GUI does not matter, the brightness does not matter. Dynamic light, also turn it off. Shaders, you're not gonna have any of those on because you really won't be able to run your computer, so make sure you're not running none of those. Details, we're gonna go ahead and turn clouds off, put trees on fast. Sky is gonna be off, sun and moon is gonna be off. Fog is going to be off. Translucent blocks are going to be fast. Dropped items are going to be fast. Vignette, I think that's how you pronounce it, is going to be on fast. Cloud height, turn it off. Rain and snow, turn it off. Stars off. Show capes off. Fog, it doesn't matter what this is at because your fog is actually already off. Held item tooltips, just turn that off. Entity shadows, turn it off, and alternate blocks, turn it off. Hopping over to the animations, you could turn them all off, and then particles, set them to decreased. That's going to give you the best frame rate right there. This is actually one of the actual spots that's going to make the biggest difference, just because animations are all over Minecraft. When you break a tree, when you mine something, you know, when you place a block, when you set a fire, you know, anything that you do has particles. So this is literally going to be one of the most essential things here to save your frame rate. Render distance, obviously you got to play with this one. This is one of the bigger ones too. This is one of the ones that affects you the most. On a computer, a regular computer, you try and run 32 frames or 32 render or chunks or whatever, you're not going to be able to run Minecraft. But just depending on your computer, you can play with it. I like playing on 10. I think that works well for my computer. My computer runs actually pretty good on 10, but depending on your computer, you might have to go down to 8. Usually when I had my other computer that wasn't that good, I would run 6, and it was pretty good with Optifine. I think I was running like 60 FPS, but obviously it's depending on your computer. I'm going to put mine back up to 10. Frame rate, always put it on unlimited so you can try and get the most out of it. View bobbing, you can leave that on. VBOs, you can leave those on. Depending on your computer, you might have to turn it on or off, so try and play with it and see what works better for you. Attack indicator, that doesn't matter. Dynamic FOV doesn't really matter. Quality, many map levels, turn it to 4, really doesn't matter. The filtering, turn it off. Clear water off. Better grass off. Custom fonts off. Swamp colors off. Connected textures off. Custom sky off. Custom entity models off, and pretty much everything else is going to be off on here except for random mobs. You could keep that on. Performance wise, you're going to go ahead, keep smooth FPS on, faster renders on, chunk updates on 1, lazy chunk loading off, smooth world on, fast math on, and dynamic updates on. And finally, on other settings, you're going to keep your lagometer off, show FPS off, weather is going to be off. That definitely is going to help a little bit too. For me, it seems like full screen works a little bit better, so keep your full screen on. If you do play in Windows, switch it to full screen. 3D and glyphs, you do not need that. Screenshot size doesn't matter. Debug, turn that off. advanced tooltips on. Time default doesn't really matter, you know, you could pick if you only want it day or night, that's up to you, it doesn't really matter. Full screen mode, up to you. And autosave, turn it to 30 seconds. This is another crucial thing right there. That's actually gonna make it a little less laggy, just because if you have it set to where it comes with, I think it saves every 3 seconds, and that's gonna keep your game super laggy. So set it for 30 minutes, regardless of the fact that once you click exit on a game, it saves. So every time you leave a game, it's gonna save. This is just in case you have bad internet or something and it crashes and you lose your progress. But apart from that, that really wraps it off there. Let's go ahead and let's hop into my series world real quick and just kind of see what it does. I mean, on my computer, I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference, just because my computer is fine with or without it. But let's just go ahead. My FPS is at 200 and something, 250, 276, 260, so it's in the 200s while I'm recording. So I'm gonna go ahead and click F3. Let's go into escape, options, video settings, other, and then I'm gonna reset the video settings. Yes, this is gonna bring everything back to the way it was. Alright, so sorry about that, the game kind of just crashed for a second, but anyways, I set everything back to normal. My frames are just pretty much at around the same thing. Like I said, they go up, they go down, a couple little things change here and there, but nothing really changes that much for my computer. My computer, I've noticed that whether it has optifine or it doesn't really change that much. But I know on crappier computers, trust me, because I used to have one, and it makes a huge difference with those settings. So yeah, go ahead, give it a shot, have some fun with it. I think really the only reason why I might be getting a little bit more FPS right now is just because of the render distance. I'm pretty sure if I set it back up to 10 plus, there you go, it drops back down a little bit, and actually it dropped down a lot of it when I move around and look around. So yeah, I mean, that kind of proves the point that it does help a little bit. But on my computer, really, as long as you have over 60 FPS, you know, you're running super smooth. You don't need any more than 60 FPS on Minecraft, because that's really the most that you're going to be able to see with your eyes, and if you're recording, the most that your video is actually going to be able to capture as of right now. So yeah, that really wraps it up for today's video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, a thumbs up will be greatly appreciated. Of course, comment down below what you guys think about the tutorial, and if you guys had any problems with it, just let me know. Obviously subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, it'd always be greatly appreciated. And that really wraps it up for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later on another video. Peace.